Gauchos, I'm Maddie Whalen, and welcome back to episode 2 of UCSB TV this quarter. It seems that our campus is truly getting back to its old habits. The flu is going around, fires are spreading, and midterms are hitting faster than any of us expected. We are definitely thankful to be able to still be here in the studio, bringing you stories about this wild transition back to in-person learning. Today, we'll hear an exciting recap of our men's soccer game versus Cal Poly from Chris. And from Alexandra, we'll get a look into the implications of Governor Newsom's recall election. It's going to be a fun one. So first, let's go to you, Alexandra.
Our campus is packed, knowledge is flowing, and school is back in session. I'm Alexandra Goldberg, UCSB TV news reporter. With another beautiful day here in Isla Vista, I'll be bringing you all things news from local to international all year long right here in the Annex. Let's start off today's conversation with Governor Gavin Newsom's recall election. Just about over a week ago, on September 14th, Governor Gavin Newsom was battling for his political future with a two-question ballot. The gubernatorial recall election asked voters, 1, if they want Newsom removed from office, and 2, who they want to replace him as governor of California. Based on data collected on September 27th by calmatters.org, a recall election result tracker, Newsom rose victorious by a wide margin. 62.2% of voters wanted to keep Newsom in office. In Santa Barbara County specifically, that statistic was 61.8%. Now, for the voters who wanted Newsom out, the top replacement may or may not come as a surprise to you. GOP frontrunner Larry Elder accrued 48.2% of the votes for question number 2. Elder is a conservative talk show host, and his win could have signified a change to the Republican Party. And according to Elder's campaign website, he pledged to deliver policy-level change such as halting mask and vaccine mandates, getting all students back in classrooms, and putting people back to work, just to name a few. But with Newsom here to stay and with the possibility of a second term, Californians who voted for and against him alike are putting pressure on him to serve with more humility than his pre-recall governance. This may be hard for Newsom to achieve, as some Californians may always view him as the guy who had a lavish dinner in Napa Valley during peak pandemic restrictions. And the LA Times captured the sentiment when they described Newsom's fine dining as, quote, a reminder of privilege and access, end quote, exerted by people in power. We'll see if Newsom can rise above this criticism as we continue to see upheaval, distrust, and dissatisfaction brought on by the pandemic affecting our politics. So keep your politicians accountable, vote in elections, stay safe, and treat your community with compassion. That's all for this episode, and I'll see you next week. UCSB TV, I'm Alexandra Goldberg. On to you, Chris.
What is happening, Gauchos? Me again, Chris Williams, your UCSB TV sports anchor and guy who is scared to ride his bike with no hands. I just can't bring myself to do it. Like, there's nothing worse than when you try to show off and you fall off. Like, why would I need to ride my bike with no hands? Am I carrying 2 blender smoothies? They make drink caddies for that. I'm just saying. Anywho, on September 25th at 7 p.m., our UCSB men's soccer team took on the Cal Poly Mustangs in the blue-green rivalry, which means that all surrounding grocery stores were out of tortillas. There will be no Taco Tuesday for at least 5 more weeks. After a hard-fought first half, the Gauchos tamed the Mustangs with a score of 2-0. Both goals were scored by crowd favorite Finn Ballard McBride. He's got 3 names, it was hard for me to say. Although Finn was the hero of the game, let's tip our imaginary cap to goalkeeper Leroy Zeller for not only keeping Cal Poly out of our net, but doing it in style. His diving save in the 54th minute was a thing of beauty. The shot was headed for the upper right V, and Zeller said, "No, sir. If that man is on Tinder, that photo should be his profile photo." That's all I'm saying. While Zeller's save was a thing of beauty, what was happening outside the stadium was ugly, as thousands of fans were denied entry into the stadium. You see, earlier in the week, UCSB announced that all ticketing would be done through a mobile app. Sure, while this had been in the works for some time, the final rollout was clunky. Add this to the fact that there was a lower capacity at Harder Stadium from 17,000 to 8,000 due to COVID-19, and many students were pissed. Many students actually failed to get tickets before the event, and of course they were denied entry, but some people had tickets. I have no idea how UCSB could have counted how many tickets they sold and yet not let people in. It was a mess. But don't take my word for it. I interviewed some people who were locked out of the game, and this is what they had to say.
Let me ask you this. How hard was it to get a ticket with the whole ticket mix-up?
It was kind of confusing. I had a friend kind of help me out with it, but I was able to get it early before it got sold out. I got it like the next day, but I heard out the day after it was sold out.
There are people literally trying to sell tickets on Reddit right now to make money. Did you know that? What would you have done if you didn't get a ticket? There are people trying to buy tickets. What would you have done to get into the stadium?
I would have sold my Coachella tickets for the chance to be here tonight.
I just climbed the fence.
You would have climbed the fence?
Yeah.
All right, so now there's a bunch of people who are locked outside the gate, right? How do you feel about that? It's a rough situation.
Honestly, I think they should just let the people in. There's plenty of space right over there that they could all be sitting in, so honestly, just let them in.
Stadium right over there, there's tons of empty seats. Like, I don't know what the problem is. There's definitely enough for at least us here at the gate.
Why am I not in it? Why am I not in the empty bench? Why?
I mean, I think the school's got to come out. We're already here. Just let them on in. You know, we're going to have some school spirit. We're going to have a great time no matter what.
Did you guys buy tickets?
Yeah. We bought tickets. We got them a few days ago before like everyone else too.
Yeah, we all bought tickets and we got locked out.
Yeah, you got
$15 per ticket.
Dude, I'm ready to get in the game. I got my ticket. Like, I don't know what the problem is.
Drove down an hour and a half to get to the game.
I bought season passes. We bought season $83.
Yeah.
Come to the gates. We're like 10 people back from getting in. They close everything.
We were really on top of it, so now we're disappointed.
Didn't tell us how to get refunds. Didn't tell us how to do anything to fix it.
What do you think about the people who are trapped outside the stadium right now? They're trying to get
I feel so bad for them.
It's crazy.
We're just sitting out here with the plan. Came here for the weekend to just watch this game, and then now we're stuck outside. So
They are not enjoying this wonderful experience.
No, and they have all these sorts.
Fun. They might be having
We were just over there. They're
probably-
not. They're not having fun. I'm not gonna
Oh,
lie.
man, I feel bad for them.
But are you guys having fun?
I'm having a
blast.
great time.
Came prepared to watch the game, prepared with plans for the night. This is what we're going to do. And then they say we can't get in. It's just so rude. It doesn't make any sense.
You feel incarcerated? And yet you're on the outside.
It's stupid.
But is this would this have been your first rivalry game?
Our first college game, freshman.
Third-year transfer. I'm trying to get the experience, but I just can't. Like, I got the ticket. I got the tortillas. I don't know what the problem is.
Is there anything you want to say to the school that's not a curse word about this situation?
Maybe let us in.
I would like to say, like, if you know that not everyone's supposed to get in, don't sell tickets. Like, if you're going to oversell tickets, at least let us know ahead of time that you might not be able to get in the game. Like, a heads up would at least been nice, you know?
In conclusion, I have no idea how this mix-up happened. How is it possible that UCSB could limit the number of tickets and still let people in who failed to purchase tickets, leaving people with tickets locked out? My only hope is that moving forward, major changes to rollout procedures will be handled much better. I also hope that Cal Poly continues their losing streak against the Gauchos. Back to you, Maddie.
Thanks, Chris. That brings us to the close of our second episode this fall. Next week, tune in to hear a feature on UCSB's Fashion Club, followed by an inside tour of Santa Barbara's Museum of Natural History from a Chumash Indian and Native American expert. In the meantime, stay safe and study hard, Gauchos. I'm Maddie Whalen, UCSB TV. We'll see you next week.
Like us so you can see your stuff.
I want to dab up the camera.
UCSB TV.
Okay. Is it on Instagram?